We are just a few weeks away from the first day of school. There are plenty of parents who will be sending their kids off with packed lunches.
Well, a healthy meal is more than just selecting some nutritious food. So joining us live is USDA food and safety expert Kenneth King with tips for parents to get an easy A+ in food safety this school year. Good morning, Kenneth.
Good morning.
All right, so you got 4 food steps to food safety. Tell us about those.
Right. So when it comes to food safety, we at the USDA always recommend to follow these 4 basic steps. And those steps are clean, separate, cook, and chill. So by clean, we mean to make sure we're washing our hands with soapy water for at least 20 seconds. Now, if you don't have access to running water, always bring hand sanitizer. And so we always recommend adding hand sanitizer to your back to school list. And this goes a long way to keeping food safe. The next step is separate. And this is making sure we're separating our raw meat and poultries from our fruits and vegetables to avoid any cross-contamination and bacteria. The third step is cook. And this is just making sure we're cooking our food to a safe internal temperature by measuring it with a food thermometer. And the last step is chill. And this is just making sure that any food we're no longer eating is placed back in the refrigerator. So for example, when we're preparing our school lunch the night before school, we just want to remember to place the lunchbox with our lunch back in the refrigerator overnight. So in the morning, you can just grab it and go, and it'll be safe to eat.
Ooh, I can't believe it's already time to start thinking about all this. Oh my goodness, my mind is reeling right now. Okay, so when parents are thinking about that, is there anything else you want to make sure that we're really, I mean, those 4 tips are great. Is there anything else you really want to make sure that we're doing to make sure our kiddos stay safe when they eat that food?
Yes, so one big thing when it comes to back to school safety is making sure we're using an insulated lunchbox. The brown paper bag that we have seen before, unfortunately, the material is not going to keep the food cold. And even if you put a cold source in that brown paper bag, like a gel pack, an ice pack, it's going to make the bag wet and cause holes, and it's not going to keep your food cold. So always make sure that we are using insulated containers, insulated lunch boxes to trap the cold air and keep our food cold so it'll be safe to eat by lunchtime.
So does it make a difference if you're packing a sandwich or that leftover hamburger helper when it comes to like your food safe options?
Both of those are, of course, great choices. The biggest thing we want to make sure is that we just have a cold source to keep that hamburger or the hamburger helper, to keep it cold. So by the time we get to lunchtime, that food will be safe. And they can, of course, heat it up in a microwave or whatever they have at their school if they need to. And it'll be safe to eat by then. Just the biggest thing to remember is to use a ice pack, gel pack, frozen water bottle, frozen juice bottle, anything that's going to keep that food cold inside of the lunchbox.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Before we let you go, any ideas on parents talking to their kiddos about food safety and making sure that they understand as well how important it is to follow all these tips?
That is a great question. So the biggest tip we would say is to just remind your children always wash your hands with soapy water for at least 20 seconds before touching food, especially because in schools germs can spread very easily. So we want to make sure that we are always washing our hands and encouraging our kids to wash their hands before they handle any kind of food.
All right. Thank you, Kenneth King, our food safety expert. Hopefully we won't have any bouts of issues.
No, seriously. Time to get creative this year for the kiddos. Have a good one, Kenneth.
Thank you.